What is happening, Hexco? Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy middle of the week. Hope things are going well on your end. Just popping off over here in the Hexco. I got a few things that I want to talk about. One of which is GodWhale makes splash. I like GodWhale makes splash. If you don't know who the hell GodWhale is, you're going to find out. We've only talked about him 7,000 times on the show. I say 7,000, and GodWhale makes me think of the 7777 ETH that was sacrificed for PulseX, I want to say. One of the, actually, when I first started streaming, that was one of the popular videos that I clipped from me and Whales Only conversation, which was, why did the GodWhale sacrifice 7777 ETH instead of like buying HEX with the ETH and then sacrificing the HEX? Yeah, that's a question that hasn't come up for a very long time. You don't have any ideas, let me know. I still haven't, there's some different, I don't know, there's not a compelling, still not a compelling case. I think what made the most interesting one from that was they didn't want to, I don't know. You know what? There isn't, I still don't understand that. I still don't know why that happened. Because I think initially I was thinking they didn't want to give more of the supply to, the SAC wallet or the OA or otherwise. But what advantage does that give not giving them more? Yeah, now you got me thinking about that. That's a good 2.5, 3-year-old question. So lots of fun stuff. You may learn a couple things today. I learned a couple things recently that I want to share with you. So fun times. Stoic, how's it going, Stoic? Sorry, this is what upgrade talking about. Tidal Kenku. That would be Pectra, sir. The Pectra upgrade. Maybe we'll kick it off with that too. Give me just a sec and I will pull it up. Yeah, big upgrade coming in, it looks like April now. I think it's supposed to be originally scheduled for March, but it looks like April. So give me just a sec. I will pull it up on the screen. Yeah, I haven't had a big Ethereum upgrade that's been super interesting to talk about. I think this one's pretty interesting though. So that's what I was talking about this morning. Because I saw somebody in the chat. Let me know if you're still in the chat, by the way. Maybe a month or two ago, I feel like somebody was asking, are you going to talk about with validators and stuff? Are you going to talk about the Pectra upgrade? And I really didn't pay much attention to it at the time, but what really caught my attention after I saw this morning, I don't know what I came across. Somehow I came across the account abstraction. And I was like, whoa, that's a big deal that I don't hear anyone else, at least in our community, talking about. Correct me if I'm wrong. But users can pay with gas fees with any token. Third parties can sponsor fees, improving flexibility. My first instinct on this was, oh, Vitalik, are you not trying to make Ethereum? Is this not bullish? Is it hard for me to make a bullish case for this? Hard for me to make it when, gas tokens, right? What do you need Pulse for? Well, you always need it for gas. The common phrase maybe you heard before is, you always need ETH, right? You never can have enough ETH, or you always need ETH because, you need to pay for gas fees. What if you didn't need ETH to pay for gas fees though? It's not exactly as simple as, again, the first instinct is, oh, wow. So this is just removing the whole utility for the gas token, the native token for the chain to be used for gas. However, dig into it a little bit more, and shout out to, what's his name? Brandon Ferris over here brought this up, which was good. And let me dig a little bit more and get to use the AI to get some more clarity too. Even with account abstraction, fees are still paid in ETH just by third party. I thought this nullified EIP 1559, but having found out I was wrong, could bolster the burn rate substantially by allowing more tokens to be used to pay fees. So yeah, and I followed up on this question and got this answer that I think is pretty good as well. So this is the AI reading, I think, the web content associated with Pectra, and also, I guess the LLM part of it, trying to figure it out. Yes, even with account extraction, gas fees are still ultimately paid in ETH. The key difference is third parties such as relayers or smart contracts, can pay the ETH fees on behalf of the user, while the user reimburses them in another token. This doesn't nullify EIP 1559, as the base fee is still burned in the ETH, but it could actually increase the burn rate by driving more transactions. That is a pretty interesting one, yeah. By allowing users to interact without needing ETH in their wallets transaction. And again, when I'm reading this, replace ETH with Pulse. If we take the Petra upgrade. If PulseChain takes the Petra upgrade, which is, don't know if it's going to happen, will we get clients to do it? Will all the validators agree to? Is there a hard fork? All that stuff. Probably not. I think that likelihood is probably low with that at this point in PulseChain's lifetime. But yeah, decentralized network. Does everybody agree that we are going to run this new code and validate and go by the rules, such as could be changed by the Petra upgrade? That is something that the network needs. So the market decides, the network decides. We'll see what the network hath decided at that point, if and when we get some new updated clients from PulseChain devs to do it, or otherwise. Anyways, by allowing users to interact without needing ETH in their wallets, transaction volume could rise, leading to more base fees being burned under EIP 1559. If widely adopted, this could enhance ETH's deflationary mechanics while making Ethereum more accessible. The real impact will be on how much adoption account abstraction sees and how many third parties offer fee sponsorship. Pretty interesting. You can see the interaction with the community. Maybe new dApps contracts. Otherwise, are like, you don't even need, gas to interact with the contract. We'll sponsor this or that, which is a lot of times a barrier, right? When you go into PulseChain, that was something that's, if you bridge over, you still need Pulse. So if you're not bridging Pulse over, you're bridging other coins. How do you transact? How do you get Pulse? It's that, chicken and egg type of thing. I guess you get another way of thinking about it. So with this upgrade, that could, make that less relevant. It could enable wallets without Pulse to still interact based on, who's sponsoring it or otherwise, while still the fees at the end of the day still being paid in ETH or PLS, whatever the native token is. So first instinct was not bullish. Second instinct is interesting. Still could be bullish, and could be, definitely a win for users, right? Like there's a lot of things to open up from that. So will we get it? I don't know. If you type in Petra upgrade, you can see, so set for April 2025. I think there's a couple pieces to it. There's the first piece, which I think will affect, so we look at, let's see, the first one I think is for the account ones, which is to use other tokens. And the second part is to do some other stuff. So maybe in two pieces. But it looks like it's going to happen in the next few weeks, unless there's a delay or otherwise. Sounds like it's on testnet now. And yeah, 2 days ago, upgrade goes live on the Holsky testnet. So interesting piece, and we'll see if PulseChain gets it, or not. But yeah, and there's other things too, validator enhancements. I'm still not clear on this. Max validators, max stake per validator from 32 ETH to 2048. I'm still not sure if that means, so it says max stake. So would that mean the minimum is still 32 ETH or 32 million Pulse? For example, if this was adopted, and the maximum would be 2048 ETH. So if you put in more, it actually matters, because before, from what I understand, if you put in more, you don't get like a larger share or something like that. Does this actually add up is it like running multiple validators from a single one? Like you get, go up in proportion? I'm still not clear on that. I'm thinking that, but yeah, I'm not sure yet. And some other enhancements as well. Again, not going to dive too deep into it, but I thought the account abstraction was pretty interesting and could be relevant for us as well. So anyways, that's pretty cool. See what happens there. Keep our eye on it. See if we see if any new clients or otherwise appear this year for that. And maybe a while before it gets upgraded. Anyways, it could be this year, could be next year, it could be never. We'll see. Say out to the chat before we move on. Hexagon Contractor, how's it going, man? Hope you're doing well. Red Squirrel, always number one in my mind in the chat, even though it shows up number 2. I'm going to consider you number 1 or number 5. We'll say that. Cryptotoad. Cryptoad. There we go. Interesting topic. Yeah, I think a couple interesting things. I think the Pectra upgrade and PulseChain's how that may or may not affect PulseChain, and then we're getting to GodWhale here in a minute too. So it should be fun, and a couple other pretty interesting things. You may make for more fun in Hexco. Making plans for going to Hexco on a golden yacht. That sounds pretty good to me. I've posted that video. I got this meme video of PulseChain and basically it's a yacht commercial, but PulseChainified. It's pretty good. I like to post it every once in a while. Archie, how's it going, man? Finbear, welcome. Hex Amigo, good to see you all. Hope to see you all in Vegas soon too. PulseChain tour is coming up pretty soon, next week, right? So we're almost there. How's it going, Rusty? Welcome. It's okay. I started technically late as well. Hey, when I have solo streams, there is no late. There is whatever time I can do it. How's it going, Fox Mulder? Welcome. All right. Let's get into a couple things. So first one, let's hit up some GodWhale. If you don't know, GodWhale, a famous benevolent whale on Twitter is what is it? Real Team GodWhale? Is it that one? Real Team GodWhale? Oh man. Team GodWhale? No. The real GodWhale? Let's just keep going. Yeah, got it. So GodWhale, again, I've talked about this a lot. Benevolent moves in the past, all this stuff. Got a huge, if you go to Hex Scout and click on portfolio and then the GodWhale, you can see this is at least, one, marked in the public as real account here. Not necessarily a bad deal, but this has been identified as perhaps one of the wallets. It's got a ton of loot in there as well, a ton of HEX, a ton of Pulse, ton of PulseX, all that good stuff. All right, it may take a second to load. Yeah, it hasn't been super. I think the last reply was last year around this time. So the donation. So I think it was a 27 ETH donation for the badges, which was pretty cool. And then this was a reply Richard posted for a donation for PLS stuff for coins getting bridged in to help or something. And there was some scam reply, and the last reply before that was that reply. So been a while since I've been tweeting and all that stuff too. However, on the blockchain, we've seen some rumbling. We've seen some stuff. So GodWhale staked 3.5 billion hex for 120 days. 120 days. For those of you not good with math, that's about 4 months. Yeah. So 3.5 billion hex was how many? 4 months. It takes us to June, somewhere through there. So 3.5 billion hex equals 12 million USD. And this was this EHEX? Let's see. Hex equals 12 million USD EX. Was it EX? It says hex on there. So this is also a shout out to Apex Hex 369. Very interesting. GodWhale ended both of his EHEX stake and PX stake, but decided only restake. Okay, so it was PX, yeah. Only restake PX. And then one interesting piece of it too, like speculation, does it tell us that he's possibly keeping EHEX liquid to bridge over to PulseChain and swap for PX? Hard to say if it'll, will it be swapped? Will it be just restaked? Well, is the 120-day rolling stakes the new 30-day rolling stakes? Hard to say. Yield get slower. Did we actually, let me check. By the way, yeah, GodWhale's portfolio loaded. Pretty cool. Lots of money. Yield per day is muy bueno. It is pretty good. A solid 8K per day in HEX terms. So, and this is just one there. There may be more accounts and stuff too, but just imagine making 8K per day in HEX yield, because you staked, 14. Look, I mean, I can't, every time I look at it, just unbelievable. Like this much staked for that long, in this wallet, 14-year average or 14-year average weighted stake length of GodWhale is 5,000 days. Hold on. So 14-year duration. Okay, this is the lifetime of the portfolio. The average stake length is 5,000 days. Hold on. Something not adding up here. 5,160 days, 2 years. 14 years. Okay, I guess it is 14. Okay. Yeah, it is 14. All right. I thought something was off there for a second. Okay, 14-year. Is that the average? I'm confused. I feel like it's average. I always thought it was average at least. Anyways, pretty cool, pretty rich. And then let's go to apex.win/charts. I guess we wouldn't see it maybe till the day rolls over, but sorry, internet's a little slow right now. But I wanted to check and see. So 95.2. It's funny how it barely made a dent in the percentage staked. Well, I guess when the stake came up. Is that what it was? The stake came up, and then I didn't see the one for the stake coming up. I think maybe the stake came up and then he restaked it. Is that what happened? Yeah. Very interesting. GodWhale ended both his EHEX stake and PX stake, but only decided to restake his PX. Okay, so restake. So I guess it wouldn't affect it. You wouldn't see it, but like momentarily, because the percentage was it came off and then went back on, type of thing. Well, I guess if we look at the difference between were these 95% each before? Let me check my own Twitter real quick, because I just posted about this. So this was 94, at least 94.5. So it's pretty close. So I guess that was significant. It was around 1%. Did anyone did the math on this? 1%, 1 or 2% got restaked of the total supply. Is that accurate? Or maybe, let's say maybe close to 1%, because this is almost 94%. So if the Ethereum one wasn't restaked and the PulseChain one was, I don't know, I'm going to guess around, maybe he restaked around 1% of this total supply. Does that sound right? I don't know. Chat, let me know. Help me out. Quick math on stream, sometimes not so accurate. Don't quote me on it. So the payout, yeah, and actually, so it didn't really, yeah, so it just restaked. Interesting. So this was, yeah, so at first I was like, oh, is this a move to be like in solidarity to keep yield lower? But I don't think it's going to affect the payout too much. So by not restaking it, so we've seen the OA do the rolling. I mean, some of it was 5555. Some of it was, I think, the 30-day one. So is this just saying, okay, in solidarity with the OA of like, yeah, let's keep the yield around the same. So restaking it, but instead of 30 days for 4 months, maybe it's because they don't have to look at it as often, or they're projecting that the 30-day rolling stake from the OA is going to keep going for a few more months. Efficiency move. I don't know. Very interesting. So I guess it will stay around the same. I guess the payout will still stay around 2. Man, look at that drop off. Hopefully season the price go up. It ain't much season of yield right now. Not for HEX, not for Inc. So pretty amazing. So that's pretty cool. So GodWhale, big stake, 3.5 billion HEX, 100K T-shares. 100K T-shares. Getting 100 T-shares, maybe not easy. 1,000 T-shares, 100,000 T-shares. And this was just for 120 days because you have bigger pace, you got bigger pace better. Do longer pace better. I wonder, actually, let me do HEXcock real quick. Sorry, I'm kind of nerding out on some HEX stats, but they're just kind of popping around. I wonder how much, if it was staked, how many T-shares would be. So what was that, 350 billion? 350 billion? God, how many zeros is that? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 350 billion. Oh, sorry, 3.5 billion. Okay, so that 2 zeros? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. And then, so what do you say? 120 days? Oops. 120 days. Yeah. So it done today. Yeah. Around 99. 99,000, so around 100 T shares. If this went out 5555, how many T shares? Wow. 263,000 T shares. Power T shares. Power of longer pays better. A lot of cool stuff. Not like he's hurting for T shares right now, but the average person looking for this, understanding the HEX system, seeing all the knobs that can be turned and the ways you can benefit for going longer and all that stuff. Yeah. And it doesn't mean, oh, just lock everything up and just hopefully when you unlock it, it'll be worth a lot of money. We've seen over, at least with this bear market that, some people decide to keep some liquid, stake some, and yeah, it's everyone can choose, right? Everyone can choose. There with the chart of future market supply, we can see when stakes are coming out. So you can choose, based on cycle theory, based on whatever special days, a lot of cool stuff. We're getting hexy. Getting hexy in here. I like this. So also HEX LP, I'll get to chat in just a minute too. HEX LP halving. Look at this. There was a February. So this is a quote tweet from HEX Alerts on February 7th. Not too long ago, February 7th. 873 million HEX PulseX pulls. Now 435 million HEX. LP go down. Liquidity goes down. Pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Will price go up? Dev, when price go up? Will price go up? Also, shout out to the buy and burn of the PulseX platform. Current buy and burn is moving up PulseX 1.42% daily. If you compound 1.42% over 365 days, it gives you 172x. Assuming no one sells. Again, this is a big assumption, kind of just for fun, but again, showing the power of buy and burn. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And if things are low liquidity, does that give people less? Does that reduce the sell pressure over time if we have the volume and if we have things going through and everything else is going well? Boy, it's almost like a big brain designed all this stuff. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet indeed. I like it. All right, back to chat. Thought you had some good stuff. That was pretty interesting. It doesn't need to be the price going up. It doesn't need to be for me at least, the primary motivator for talking about all the cool stuff I have in the ecosystem. It's nice to have for content, but there's a lot of cool stuff to talk about. GodWhale, yeah, shout out to GodWhale. Hope you're doing well and hope to see some big splashes whenever you're feeling like it. Speak to the upside, please to the upside. If you decide to splash, the upside would be optimal for everyone wanting price go up. You get the feeling HEX will be in the news soon. I certainly hope there'll be a dismissal. And yeah, Carol comes out of hibernation. I saw the tweet the other day about a listing of all the cases and stuff that are under her, I don't know, or she's managing or something like that. Wasn't it like hundreds or thousands or something like that? And everyone's like, no, you got to focus on the HEX one. You got to focus on the HEX case. So yeah, that would be cool to get some great HEX news, and that'd be amazing. I suppose now would be a good time to lock competitions to bank. I certainly hope everyone with a big bag of core coins and everything else they like in the ecosystem, I hope we look back and say, man, it was so obvious back then to lock in, sit back, and watch that candle go up. That's certainly upside. That'd be nice. He makes more yield in a day than we make in 1 year. Yeah, especially at this point. And a lot of those T-shares have been locked up, right, for long periods of time. And, now, even because it's so much, because there's so much X, even 3.5, even locking for, doing a rolling stake. If you're a mega whale, you could even do a rolling stake and get some yield again. It's been reduced, but 5555. How's it going? Brissology. How's it going, man? Closer Judge Carroll gets their decision March, April. We get a small mega rally. I would like any kind of rally. I would just like a consistent green candle, up, down a little bit more, but then up, down a little bit more, and then way up. That'd be nice. Or price. Yeah. It doesn't. I don't need a candle to stream, but boy, if there's a candle, I may stream hard. It'd be good. May invite you on the stream as well, Brisk. I bet you enjoy the green candles as well. The Chad of strength, the channeling of the ecosystem into the muscles in a body that can take, not price go up all the time, and still show up to the chat and say the words that can be interpreted as being entered of such chat. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Is Richard doing a countdown with ink rewards? 0.5 Actually, don't tell me we're down to 0.2. Why don't we just turn them off? No more rewards. Oh, never mind. Knock on wood. That's not. I didn't ask for that. I mean, at this point, I don't know. Like, I guess you could ask the question at this point, if there are no ink rewards, does it matter? I mean, if they're so low that almost no one puts liquidity in there to earn them, are like, what's the difference in earning 1 ink per day and no ink per day? I guess that's the difference, but I guess the better example, what's the difference in earning 0.1 ink per day and no ink per day? Maybe that's a better example. But what if ink goes to $1,000? Well, I guess I would factor that in as well. It's true. Anyways, cool stuff. I think that's I'm coming up on stuff, man. So Dev Huey, also shout Dev Huey, did a lot of great stuff. Hexmodel.com. Awesome stuff. Apparently, we got some HSI auctions coming up. PulseChain and Ethereum, 3,000 T-shares of Hex on Ethereum up for auction March 18th. So we got a little bit of time, and then T-shares up for auction. If you're not familiar with Hex and Icosa, I don't want to tell you, we've covered it a billion times on the channel, but somewhere approximating that number, a little hyperbolic, a billion, but definitely a ton of data out there to search RHMax, Hedron, Icosa, all this stuff. Ton of content, and there's explainers and stuff too. And actually on the onboarding, new onboarding. So you can get there with go to navigation onboarding. And there's also I did a new tweet because I had some new 2025 stuff here as well. But if you scroll down on here, there's one on Icosa. Yeah, staking Hedron and Icosa. There's one on that. Creating a portable hex miner. So how to create HSIs and stuff with Hedron. So there's a couple, at least 2 Hedron videos on there as well. If you want an explainer of like how to do stuff. If you want like what is it? Just do like what is Hedron. And then of course Sloth has the first videos. There you go. He's there. I keep telling him like when Hedron is extremely popular again, don't forget all your stuff. Sloth, do not forget all of your knowledge and everyone else, because we're gonna need people to explain how cool this stuff is. Anyway, hexfunnel.com, you got Hedron stats, you got Icosa, you got the Wattses, really cool stuff here. And there used to be a HSI watch with shout out to Deb Ju-Young. Sorry, I couldn't even think about it at the time. Shout out to Deb Ju-Young. You used to have HSIwatch.com. And on Hex Scout, they'd be going to ask you if you were doing hex stakes and stuff like that. Do you want to mention Hedron beforehand? lots of good stuff there. So pretty cool. Shout out to Watts. We love Watts. Watts is so cool. What else? What else? Def Huey. Oh, also, this is something I actually didn't even know. So on apex.win, there is so I've asked before, is there an emergency calculator? Is there a way, on the main HEX website to see how much penalty you're going to have and stuff if you do end your state? Because when you end it on the official site, it doesn't show that. It just says, "Do you sure you want to do it or not?" I did not know. On apex.win, you can see the rewards, the penalty, ROI, even the Hedron, Communis, and stuff now too. So yeah, shout out to them for adding functionality. I guess if you go to Apex and then they have a staking part on this, is it? Or if you connect wallet, you'll be able to see this stuff too. And they're also a block explorer, I believe. Yeah, they have a block explorer as well on here. So yeah, for example, if we just type in, if we just do, can I just copy? Where can I copy? Copy address. So we just copy this and go to, type this in. So give it an address. See what it does. So it even has the name if it has a .pls associated with it. Balances, hex, PLSX, PHEX. It's got all the T shares. It's got the different, yeah, so we can even see, was this, did they claim when they ended the stake? Was it claiming were they claiming Hedron and Communis here? That's pretty cool because it'll actually it'll maybe annotate a little bit, make it a little bit more clear. So on the 14th, to Communis, to Hedron. Yeah, I'm just gonna guess these are like claiming ending the stake. So which one of these would end the stake? Huh. Maybe so if we go to DBank, maybe it'll give us some stuff too. We'll wrap up here in just a minute. If you have any questions, get them in real quick. And I'll see if I can. Let's see, PulseChain. So if we go to wallet, transactions. It's got all the spam stuff too, filter spam. Welcome everyone. So 115. Oh, come on. Do I need to? Oh, I just want to see transactions. So why are you not showing me into February here? All chain, PulseChain. Why am I not seeing? Because I'm seeing it over here. Interesting. I don't know. I thought it would, because it showed me here. Oh, that is 2014. Oh, okay. So the last time, wow. Okay, so the last transactions from this account. we're already in February. I'm looking at 2014, 2024. I'm thinking 2025. So from the other one. So okay. All right. I don't know why I need to do this, but now it's piqued my interest. So shout out to our friend Somi. Put the DBank there. So this is for example, looks like GodWhale could have multiple wallets here. That is the word. Or at least I think. Yeah, I think there is actually a tracker even on, sorry, I'm going on this tangent. I think even on Fatty, there is multiple wallets associated. Let's make it go down this rabbit hole. I'm doing it. Not my portfolios. Well, watch. GodWhale. Yeah. So it's here you see multiple wallets connected to. So they could be multiple wallets for, GodWhale, for example. These are the ones that people have at least marked as such. So is this the one? 141,000. Where is it? Is this one? Transactions. 113.25. Okay. Now this says 2025 too. Oh, that's getting annoying. Never do chain analysis. A lot, I have here. 1227. Okay. Anyways, apparently I'm not. I'm overlooking this. It's probably much easier than it is. But point is, pretty cool stuff from apex.win and GodWhale. GodWhale, lots of HEX. Hopefully price go. Hopefully we'll start seeing a lot of benevolent whales doing benevolent things and ecosystem go burr. And definitely interested to see the different HSIs and stuff that come up for auction too. I wonder how many are on PulseChain. We got 3,000 T-shares on HEX on Ethereum. I wonder if there's, I wonder how many on PulseChain as well. Pretty cool stuff. Look at all these tools. How many different tools that I just switch between, just looking for different pieces of information. Apex.win, DBank, Fatty.io. I mean, Hex Scout, Hex Model, HexCalc.net. Any other ecosystem have all this stuff? I like it. I like it a lot. Anyways, that's all we got for you today. Scivive 5555. We are out.